The People's Democratic Party has welcomed former governor of Kano State, Ibrahim Shekarau, back to its fold after his defection from the new Nigeria People's Party. Shekarau was received into the main opposition party by its presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, the national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, and a crowd of PDP members. It comes barely 3 months after the senator left the ruling All Progressives Congress for the NNPP. But his stay in the NNPP was short-lived, with sources citing betrayal of trust, the party's failure to meet some of his demands, and a turbulent relationship with presidential candidate Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso as reasons for his defection.
We welcome His Excellency Ibrahim Shekarau into the PDP family and all his supporters. On their behalf, I present this membership card to Senator Shekarau, and all other cards will be presented to other members of his followers. Thank you and God bless you.
People of Nigeria, we have now defected to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. I want to use this opportunity to thank the good people of Kano for this outing. PDP power. Shekarau is Kano, and he's synonymous with Aminu Kano. He's a trustworthy person. Since he's back, I now know that there's no longer problem in Kano again.
Well, for more on Shekarau's defection, we're joined now from Kano by the spokesman of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Dino Melaye. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight tonight. Well, it does seem like it's a case of the prodigal son returns home. First it was the PDP, then the APC, then the NNPP, and now back to the PDP. What exactly will Shekarau's return mean for the PDP?
Basically, I want to believe that it's a time of harvest for the PDP. Not only returnees, but many people are from all over the country. There's exodus from the APC to the PDP, from Kebbi to Katsina, from Katsina to Osun, from Osun now to Kano. And this will be a continuous exercise, I promise. So for us, we are very excited. We are happy that the true politician who has a true mandate of the people, and you cannot take Kano away from him. You cannot take Kano Central and entire Kano State away from Shekarau. He's a man of the people, and we saw that today with hundreds or thousands of people gracing the occasion. So we are very, very happy. We are very excited, and Kano is gone. Kano is gone for the PDP.
Can you truly say that confidently? Are you dismissing an incumbent governor, Ganduje, who's an ardent supporter of the presidential candidate of the APC? Are you also dismissing Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, two-time governor in that state, who has also pulled the same crowd we are seeing Shekarau pull today in Kano, even outside of Kano? In Borno, he also pulled the crowd. So can you confidently say that Shekarau has given you Kano?
What you saw in Kano was a gathering of less than 2,000 people. And sorry, in Borno, it's a gathering of less than 2,000 people. I'm talking of hundreds of thousands of people across the streets today. Politics is being played by the people. Kano was on logjam today. Every part of Kano generated very, very serious traffic. So what I'm telling you in essence is that Kano is gone. And Kano, in the last election, the difference between the PDP and Buhari, the APC, was less than 10,000 votes. But we are now saying that this time around, from what we are seeing in Kano, with the defection of Shekarau and the candidacy of Atiku Abubakar, I can say on good authority that Kano is gone for the PDP. I mean, there's no debate about it. It is very visible even to the blind.
All right, that's very, very interesting. Let's talk about the reason why Shekarau left the NNPP, where he spent barely 3 months after leaving the APC. Were any offers made, or have any offers been made to Shekarau to convince him and his associates to join the PDP? What exactly are those offers? Because he had accused the NNPP's Kwankwaso of betrayal and reneging on agreements and deals.
I want to start by saying that there's no agreement between Shekarau and the PDP. And for a man who is the senatorial candidate of NNPP to forfeit his candidacy and let go his senatorial ambition just to join a party where he's not going to be a flag bearer, where he's not going to be on the ballot, shows that he has seen the light. He knows that Atiku Abubakar is the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and he has decided to join the winning team in order to rescue Nigeria from the APC.
You're saying that a man, withdrew from the race, giving up his ticket to join your party for nothing. You didn't offer him any positions or money to join your fold?
I'm saying that it is not for nothing, because he is joining the team that will rescue Nigeria from the financial scavengers and economic cankerworms in the APC. He is joining the PDP to build a new Nigeria, a just and egalitarian society where there will be equity, where there will be justice, and the issue of insecurity will be curtailed. So he's a patriotic Nigerian who believes that he wants to contribute his quota in building a new Nigeria. And definitely when we form government, he will be a beneficiary of his efforts.
Well, only a few days ago, you actually took umbrage with the spokesperson of the APC, where he questioned the capacity of your principal, having been vice president. And you actually said that you will, let me quote here, you will break Kayamo into pieces. Do you want to expatiate, help us understand exactly what you mean by that, or what you meant?
Anyway, what I'm telling you, what I said in that interview was not literally breaking into pieces physically. I'm saying that it should be engaged. We should be invited to a platform where we'll have a robust debate on both presidential candidates, both of the PDP and the APC. So what I mean is, figuratively speaking, I'm saying that in that debate, I'm going to make amends of his intelligence.
Okay.
What do you say to those who say, what's the celebration over a serial defector joining your fold? And what's the guarantee that Senator Shekarau, it's 5 months to the election, what's the guarantee that he doesn't leave the PDP?
I want to tell you that Shekarau is a man that has been tested in Kano. He's won elections as governor. He's won elections as a senator twice. And he is not a mediocre. He's not a noisemaker. And from what we saw today, you can be very, very sure that the man is coming with a lot of electoral capital. And we are excited because we are physically in Kano. And I will ask you to please have a tete-a-tete with your correspondent in Kano. He will tell you what happened in Kano today is unimaginable. And this is what is happening in every part of the country. And as time unfolds, you will begin to see other states also reacting in the same manner.
Right. And let's talk about what more and more Nigerians are beginning to, frown upon, the seeming lack of political ideology. There seems to be no ideology that really drives the average Nigerian politician, and it seems to be unfolding more and more as we inch towards the 2023 elections. I mean, they're questioning, how do you explain within a space of 4 years, a politician has been part of 3 different parties, and now he's gone back, to his former party. Isn't that a concern at all within your own party, the PDP? And really, just like it's been asked, what are the guarantees that he may not up and leave again?
Anyway, I want to tell you that you can write that down and take it to the bank, that he's not going to leave the PDP. He's here for good, And he didn't come alone. He came with all his supporters, hundreds of thousands of them. And I want to assure you that we are all going to join hands together to rescue this country. And I want to tell you that PDP is not one of those political parties that lack ideology. Particularly, the candidate of the PDP is coming with an agenda. And his agenda is that he has a 5-point agenda to ameliorate the problems of this country. He has an agenda to turn around the education of this country. We are actually in perilous times. He has an agenda on security. He has an agenda on unity. He wants to unite this country because we have never been this divided in our history. Not even during the Civil War were we this divided. So he's coming to unify this country. He's coming as a father figure to put this country together and restore hope and confidence in the citizens of this country. He's also coming to talk about restructuring, particularly the speed. I mean, to actually remodel the country and make sure that the center is being reduced, while states and local government becomes the beneficiary through devolving power from the center. He's also talking about security.
Do it quick. Yeah, but he has to.
Security.
Yeah, absolutely, very important there, because it's good to hear exactly what your principal and other politicians are going to bring to the table. But he has to, paper the cracks within his own party, the PDP, first before he can even talk about, uniting or unifying the country. One person that was glaringly missing or absent at that Shekarau event today in Kano is the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. Is it an indication that all is still not well between both gentlemen, Atiku and Nyesom Wike, in spite of the meeting they had in the UK?
I want to correct you that there are no cracks on the wall of the PDP. What we have are strain lines. And democracy is noisy. Democracy is actually all about portraying your own arguments. Yeah. So we have disagreements in the PDP, which is normal, and it's a domestic case that will be tackled domestically. And I want to assure you that no matter what it is, Wike is not leaving the PDP. Wike is a man of, I see him as a man of honor. I see him as a serious-minded Nigerian. He is 59 years old. Next year he's going to be 60. So I will not see him reneging from promises made, because promises are made not to be broken. I was physically at the convention ground where Wike told the whole world on national TV that anyone who wins the presidency of the PDP as a candidate, that he is going to support and he's not going to leave the PDP. And I'm still going to anchor on those commitments he made before, thousands of Nigerians and even on the national TV. And on that straight, Wike is, he may be aggrieved, but he's not going to pull the walls down, because he's a patriotic Nigerian. He's a matured man. At 60, you are an elder statesman. And he will be 60 soon. So I want to believe he will honor what he said publicly.
Okay, very quickly, Senator Dino Melaye, you speak confidently of Kano still being a block vote for your party, despite the glaring opposition of, the numbers of politicians that will grab votes from Kano State. What is your principal doing in the South? His otherwise strong base also seems to be depleting, with two strong Southern contenders going into this election. Bola Ahmed and, of course, Peter Obi. How will Atiku do that in the South?
Anyway, I want to tell you that we are very comfortable in the South. If you look at the south part of this country, the vice president is from Delta States. Bayelsa, by the grace of God, goes the PDP way. Cross River, from what you see a few days ago, is already a PDP home. And you know that Edo is a PDP home. So that is on the South. And coming to the South, we also have no problem there by the grace of God, because what you see about Obi, I told you, and I've said that before on different platforms, that is an euphoria that will eventually, over time, in the next few weeks, the reality will dawn on people, and you will know that there's a difference between acting as the DG of National Bureau of Statistics and the presidency. There are two different issues. And I also want to say in the Southwest, what happened in Osun is enough to tell you that the Yorubas are completely with Atiku. And you saw what happened in Osun, where the ancestral states of Tinubu. He lost it. He did not just lose. He didn't just, lost the election in Osun, being his ancestral state, but his cousin was a sitting governor, a first-time governor who, due to woeful performance, was outvoted, and the PDP and Adeleke took that state. And we are going to do that in every part of the Southwest. And go and write it down. Atiku will defeat Tinubu and defeat him well, even in Lagos. We have our numbers, we have done our opinion polls, and we are working on daily basis. And the satanic manifestation of APC already have gone ahead to campaign for the PDP. No Nigerian, except you have arthritis of the brain, will go out and vote for the APC. With the spate of insecurity in the country, with the prices, skyrocketing prices of goods and commodity, with abandoned projects everywhere, with kidnapping, with banditry, with today you cannot fly from, you fly economy in 2014, 2015, from Abuja to Lagos for 22,000, 23,000. Now you are flying for 100,000. Will you now go and vote for APC? There's no family that have not suffered the negative concomitant effects of kidnapping and banditry in this country. Banditry, kidnapping, insecurity is in every part of the country, to the extent that the president of the country has been threatened to be kidnapped. The first time I'm hearing a president being threatened by bandits that they're going to kidnap a president. The first time I saw a convoy of a president being attacked. The first time I'm hearing that the last line of security, which is the brigade of guards, being attacked, where 2 senior officers were killed and 6 other members of the brigade of guard killed. Until this moment.
The ruling party can also blame your party for the misfortunes of the country, saying that you laid a bad foundation. But we have to thank you so much for being on the news tonight, spokesperson for the Atiku presidential campaign.
Thank you very much for joining us today.